What's going on, YouTubers, gamers and hobbyists, and welcome to this week's episode of P&Q, the question and answer series, where you get to ask me questions. It can be anything you want, or you put comments to me, anything you want, and I'll respond the following week. So you can do this one of three ways. You can pop your comment or question down below in that comments section, or if you prefer an anonymous response so I don't reveal your name or your channel name or who you are, you can email me directly at miniwarzone@gmail.com. I'll leave a link in the video description below. Or if you make a video yourself on YouTube and you happen to ask a question on the video, or you make a series of videos and you do one where it asks a question, if I pick it up, I'll answer that on here too. So yeah, so I've got a nice lot of pages this week, quite a few. There's 6 pages. I don't think I've ever read that many before. I don't think so, anyway. But to be fair, a lot of that's just me replying to or responding and acknowledging the questions. So that kind of pads it out a bit, but it feels good. Nice. I've only got one video question this week to get to. Although I've got 2, but I've kind of answered one of them. I've got 3 emails, so we'll do all those first. Now, the first one is not even written down. It was because it was on Frost and Fists, Wolf Brother Wednesday from Mythos, Wolf Brother Mythos, and I've already answered it on his video. But he did ask. He said if because he's doing these long kind of update, shout out, Q&As. Do you prefer the long one, or shall I break it up and make them smaller? And I put my vote down. My vote is keep them long. I prefer the long videos, because I can stick them on in the background whilst I'm painting or modelling, and I don't have to keep changing, finding a new video in between and like cleaning off my hands again. I don't want to get paint all over my computer keyboard and so on and so forth. So longer videos gets my vote. So that was that. I've got my coffee, lovely coffee here. Okay, the other video question was from Kujahira. Great channel, go check it out if you haven't already. From his Hyra Hobby Sunday series. And on that, his question was, what is the one thing in your hobby that you are looking forward to? Now, I was giving this a little bit of thought. And I think, for me, the one thing I'm looking forward to in my hobby is Warhammer 40k 8th edition. Now, I am looking forward to this. Some people aren't. Some have a bit of trepidation about that sort of thing. I am looking forward to it. I'm super looking forward to some changes. Well, it really needs condensing a bit. I hate to use the word streamlining, but it does need streamlining. Those rules are just too much all over the place. In books here and there. I mean, Tyranids have got so many rules all over the shop. And I know that's not the main core rules, but do you know what I mean? Because if they bring out a new edition, they'll then start doing new codexes, hopefully, or whatever they're going to do with that. Whether they're going to do like they have with AOS, I don't know. But one of the things I am hoping for, and I do have my fingers crossed, I'm hoping that Assault gets a bit more love in this edition. If you're playing a salty army at the moment, it's hard, it's tough, because 40k is, well, shooting rules in 40k. So, and it's not as much fun if you get shot off the table before you even get a chance to do anything. So yeah, I'm hoping that Assault gets a bit of a buff, melee. Because at the moment, people are gravitating towards other games. Those that have, assaulty armies and so on. They want Assault. Feels good. If you're an assaulting player, it feels good to run your army across that table, get into a bit of melee. Anyway, I don't know how they're going to do it, but fingers crossed, and we'll see. Right. First email, got it here, says, "Hey Pete, can you remember the last video game that you ever played? And if so, what was it?" Yes, as a matter of fact, I can. It was Lego Lord of the Rings. and it was on the Xbox 360. My daughter and I were playing it. Now, back in the day, back when I had a PlayStation 2, I think a lot of Lego games came out on that one, especially towards the end of its kind of popularity. Between the PlayStation 2 and the Wii, I had Lego Star Wars, Lego Indiana Jones, Lego Batman, Lego Harry Potter, and of course on my daughter's Xbox, we then got Lego Lord of the Rings. So yeah, love the Lego games. I thought the Lego Batman was the hardest out of the ones I've mentioned there. Well, it might have been Harry Potter, I'm not sure. Batman or Harry Potter was harder. Lego Star Wars was a piece of cake. That was super easy. Next email, blah, blah, blah. Have you ever thought about doing some rumour related videos? I think they might go down well. So on and so forth. So I had to cut a bit out of the email because it was kind of the middle of the email. I have thought about doing rumour related videos, but I don't know if it's my thing really. People that want rumours, and I don't think they're going to come to mini Warzone for them. I don't think so. That's not to say I won't ever do them. I might do one, give it a try, see how it goes down. One day, you never know. I don't know. I won't rule it out, but at the moment I'm not thinking about it. The last email says, "Hi Pete, I would like to ask this question of you. If I were to invite you over for a game of 40k to play against my Necrons, then what army would you bring?" That's a great question, but I'm not sure whether you mean what army of my own would I bring, or if I had to and I could bring any army, what army would I bring to face your Necrons? Again, there's no list to look at, so I don't know what. That's all I've got to go on Necrons. So out of the hat, I'm just going to say Eldar. I would bring Eldar to face your Necrons, but that said, I don't have any Eldar, so that's going to be a little tricky. Now, if you mean what would I bring personally from my own armies, I don't know. If I was hoping to win, I wouldn't probably bring anything except more Necrons and Necrons v Necrons. But I haven't really got any powerful armies. But I'd bring my Blood Angels then. How's that? My Blood Angels. Yeah. For more. Or my Dark Angels. Just for a laugh, because I've got a Land Raider, and I'd like to play. I've not played that in the game yet. My Land Raider, so that would be super fun. Yeah. Why are you offering? Okay, that's all the video questions and emails. On to the video, the comments that were left on my video from last week. Actually, this first one was left on another video, and I can't remember what video it was. It's from Super Wargamer, but he put P and Q on it to tell me that it's for P and Q. I can't find it again anyway, but it says, "Do you think that my model cat girl looks better than the one on the box?" And there's a link under it, but every time I click on the link, it says this video. What does it say? Not able to retrieve this video or something like that, with an unhappy face going like that. Sorry, we cannot show this video or something like that. You know, it's the black screen with the unhappy face saying not able to find this video. So sorry, I can't tell you. I honestly don't know. Shadowcat is next. Okay, and Shadowcat asks, "What is your favourite type of tea?" Good question. I drink so many. I mean, if you're talking builder's tea, like just common or garden British tea, I suppose I like a bit of Tetley, followed by Earl Grey. Obviously the Earl Grey is black. Herbal teas, I prefer willow bark to any other. quite like some of the like apple and raspberry ones, but willow bark tea is my favourite. Herbal tea. I used to drink a lot of peppermint tea, but I don't now because it gives me a bit of like gas. Like I feel like I want to belch all the time when I have peppermint tea. It's supposed to be good for settling your stomach, but I found the opposite personally. So, but I'm going to say willow bark overall. All right, just picks the other one to the post. So say willow bark tea, just plain willow bark on its own. Although you can get willow bark and like willow bark and something else, cacao. Oh, I don't know. But anyway, willow bark is generally what I like the most. That's what I've got stock of at the moment. But that's a great question. Thank you very much. Willow bark tea, builder's tea, Earl Grey, in that order. Where are we? Next is WG Revival, and he says, "You get the clap when working with someone else. Sticking on my own here." That's his response to Wolf Brother Mythos, and we were talking about syncing the sound up with the visual by clapping 3 times, and they have an in-joke, him and Freak saying they giving each other the clap, and I can just imagine the hilarity of that. So yeah, I'm with you, buddy. I'm sticking on my own here too. Sticking on my own. Though sometimes I do look at channels where there's more than one person, and I think that looks fun to be working with someone on a channel like that. I mean, you know, it must be fun. But then I think, well, I'm on my own. This is me. This is my channel, and I can do whatever the heck I want within reason. You know, but obviously, you people that are working with someone have their own things that they do. You know, and everybody works with what they got, right? So if you're on your own, you're on your own. If you're not, you're not. Some people get their partners or spouses involved. Others haven't got a hope in hell of doing that. I'm very lucky. I've got the full support of my wife on my channel here. I think my daughter would get involved if I pushed it, but I don't want to push her. That's not fair. But I think my wife quite likes it. Mrs. Mini Warzone, she's quite into it at times. She thinks it's great hobby and so on. So yeah, but yeah, I'm just on me lonesome. But I'm not really, because I've got you guys, and you are amazing. Each and every one of you are amazing. Seriously, you have no idea how much you guys help me when I watch your videos. It's a huge help. So I just want to say thank you for that. Thank you. Tabletop Banter is next on the list, and he says, "The hobby has done the same for me too, really helping me turn my mental state around. It's nice to reflect on these things, I think. So where do you see your hobby journey going for the rest of the year?" My hobby journey. Oh, that's a nice one. I thought about this, and I still can't think of a good answer for you. Where do I see it going, or where would I like to see it going? Because that's 2 different things. But you specifically say, where do you see your hobby journey going for the rest of the year? I see it more of the same, slowly increasing in, say, subscribers and viewers, views. I foresee a slow increase, because I do go up, but slowly. Slowly I'm going to be adding more stuff. There's going to come a point where everything I'm doing extra is going to be all completely painted, or enough to do some serious videos with. And that's going to be a good time. That's going to be like a tidal wave then of content that's going to come out, and I'm really looking forward to that, because at the moment, I've got a lot of different things. Got my fingers in a lot of different pies. And I'm gradually doing a bit here, gradually doing a bit there, gradually reading this, gradually reading that. But it's going to come together. It's going to all come together. And I'll just be spoilt for choice then as to what I can do, especially with the likes of, say, battle reports and things like that. So that's going to be good. I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, steadily, slowly on the up. At least I hope so. Thank you for your question. Great question. Crew Orange Lasilicus is next. He says, nice P&Q. Are you building a table for the Batman Minis game? And if so, what are your plans for it? Yes, I am. My plans for it are, at the moment, I'm kind of slowly but surely, like that again, building and painting MDF terrain or any other bits of terrain and pieces I can find for it. At the moment, I've got the Joker's crew done. I've got Batman done. I've got Nightwing, but I've not put him together or painted him yet. I've also got the X-Men, the Marvel game. But you are asking about the Batman Minis game. So yeah, at the moment, I've got a mat. I've got a 3x3 mat, which is going to look, I think it's going to look quite good for it. I have another couple of options, the things I've got in my mind for scenarios that can be played on other mats and areas. I want to do an underground tabletop as well. Got a bit of an idea for that. Only a bit of one, but I've got the bare bones of an idea for that. You know, with like the underground tube and the train system and all that kind of thing. I've got the core rule book now, so there's a nice lot of pictures in there from which to draw inspiration from. I particularly like the Funland theme park with the Jokers, with the sort of Ferris wheel and the roller coaster. I'd like to sort of sort that out. I think that would go great on my fat mat, my snow terrain fat mat thing. I think it would look good on that with the snow underneath. I think that would look brilliant. And I've got a lot of hopes and aspirations for that, and I will be doing I'll do a table update in the very near future as to what I've got going on with it right now, and then where I want to go and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, look out for that. Thank you for your question. Okay, what time have I got here? Okay. Not bad. Still light outside as well, so that's cool. Idic Beer 40k says, cool answers, mate. Great to hear you being so positive about the hobby and your hobby space. Well, it's great. It's brilliant. What are your views on Twitch? Who do you follow on there? Ever thought of using it yourself? Etc. etc. And I've got a really crap answer for you on that one. I have no views on Twitch. I don't use it. I've heard of it, but I don't use it, so I don't follow anyone on there. I suppose I should look into it. I may look into it because I don't want to get left behind like, you know, the old dinosaur that I am. I'm presuming from your question that you are either on it or using it yourself. But I don't know. Possibly I will, if it's any good. If it's anything like YouTube, I will. If it's just another version of Facebook, I probably won't bother, because I've got Facebook, Twitter, Google Plus and YouTube. That's enough for me, I think. Shadowcat again was saying, I think the movie was The Land That Time Forgot. Are we talking about black and white movies? We could be talking about like a Doug McClure movie or something there. That's what it sounds like anyway to me. But The Land That Time Forgot. That sounds like the sort of thing it would be to me. But I used to love that kind of thing when I was a kid. Dinosaurs and monsters, and you know, it's just like the I can't think of the name, damn it. The modelling clay, like monsters, the stuff Morph was made out of. You remember Morph? Plasticine, that's it. Hey, I remembered it. Ding! Plasticine. They look like plasticine monsters, some of them, in some of those movies. I'm not saying that particular movie, but sometimes they did. But I used to love those sorts of movies. I really did. And Shadowcat again asks. This is like 3 questions or comments in one. This is great. Not bad at all for a first time entry onto P&Q. Putting out 3 there. That's great. At least I think it's your first time commenting or putting questions though. Anyway, Shadowcat says, would you play the FFG Star Wars? FFG Stars. Now, is that Fantasy Flight game Star Wars the role-playing game? I think that's what you mean. Would I play it? Yeah, absolutely I would. I don't know anything about it though, but yeah, I used to play a Star Wars role-playing game many years ago, and I'm talking about 25 years ago. I used to play a Star Wars role-playing game with my friends. It had quite a few books to it. It had like a main core rule book. It had like the Jedi's book and like the Empire book. There was books to it. Bounty Hunters. You could be like bounty hunters, Jedi's, just an ordinary farmer. It could be pretty much what you wanted. And my friend at the time was the games master of this game, and he was brilliant at it. He really was. He was good. He was a good GM. I particularly remember I wanted to be a Jedi, and I think it was a system. I think the gaming system used all D6s. I'm pretty sure it did. Was it all D10s? I can't remember. But anyway, that doesn't matter now. I wanted to play this Jedi, and you had you could be an apprentice Jedi or like a young Jedi, and you start off and you have no lightsaber or anything, so you have to gain experience and work your way up and be able to find the parts and put together this lightsaber. But I didn't want none of that mess. You could start the game as a failed Jedi, and you started with a lightsaber. Now the failed Jedi meant he had a dark side point against him, and you were only allowed 3, I think. If you accumulated 3 dark side points, the GM then took control of your character, and your character then became an NPC. And I thought, yeah, I'll chance it, because I wanted a lightsaber. Who doesn't? How can you not? And it was brilliant, great times. So yeah, absolutely, I would play any Star Wars role-playing game, if that's what you're talking about, and I think that's what you're talking about. If it happens to be a video game, then I probably won't get to playing it, simply for the reason that I haven't played a video game in years. It's not because I hate video games. I like video games, and I always used to. Anyway, I just fell out of touch with it, and now I've got this wargaming hobby, and that just keeps me occupied 24/7 basically. I still like role playing, obviously. I love Dungeons and Dragons, and I'm getting back into that after a few years gap, as it were. So yeah, I'm getting stuff done for that. I don't know if I could find enough people around here interested in playing Star Wars. It's tricky enough to gather people as it is to play any game. Lord knows it's hard enough to get a game of 40k or anything really. For me around here, the only way really is to go to a club, and that's not always the best. I find that's not always the best way, and I'm really not keen on playing in the GW store. Not that there's anything wrong with that, and that's, for some people, that's the only way they can play, like 40k or Age of Sigmar or whatever they're playing. But I don't like all the hustle and bustle, and I like to be able to think and take my time and study the board, and that's just what I enjoy. How did I get to this anyway? But thanks for your question. That was a great question. But yes, I would play Star Wars role-playing game. Super War Gamer again says, LMAO, RIP Hulk. You were saying who would win out of Tyranids or the Hulk, and I said Tyranids because of their numbers, and that's the only reason, really. But yeah, poor Hulk. Now, forgive me if I don't pronounce this one right. I think it's Helsingova 1988. No, 1988. Helsingova 1988. Sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong. Please keep up the great work, smiley face. Thank you very much. And as I said, I shall endeavour to do so. And Helsingova 1988 again says, thanks for doing this video, smiley face, thumbs up, bro fist. Yeah, that was the last one as well. But you are quite welcome. I mean, please tell me if I'm pronouncing your name wrong. I don't want to, I want to get it right. So let me know if it's okay. Is it Helsingova 1988? Yeah, is it Helsingova or Helsingova? Helsingova 1988. That's what I'm saying it is. Until you tell me otherwise, because I think that's what it is. Anyway, that's all the questions. And what am I on? 26 minutes. So yeah, that's not bad. That's about an average P&Q. But please, please, please keep those questions coming in, or the comments. That's fine. And putting those videos out there as well with your questions on, or let me know if you've started up a video series yourself. Let me know, and I'll go and start watching it. You know, there are an awful lot. When you subscribe to so many people, it is hard to keep up with video watching, and I spend most of my night watching it. It's one advantage of not being able to sleep very well, I suppose, is the fact that I can catch up on watching videos. But yeah, anyway, please keep those questions coming in, and please, if you like the video, please hit the like button and share the video out there. I want to travel the cyberspace and reach as many people as I possibly can. But don't forget, all brushes lead to war, and I will see you on the next video. Bye for now, folks. Bye bye.